every player is a foreign player, and there's just so much more athleticism in the WNBA. The players are so much more savvy, and the competition is a lot better here in America. But I will tell you, overseas, they're 60 years strong, and so it's very competitive. They're much more physical overseas, I will say.
Cynthia, thanks for your time. Good luck to you this season.
Thank you. I really appreciate having me. Shout out.
All right, Coach. And you heard the applause there. Becky Hammond, who plays for the home team, the San Antonio Silver Stars, on the floor for the first time as Lindsay Whalen gets to the basket and scores.
I think Brian Agler planned that substitution so that Becky Hammond could get that applause from the local fans. She is a fan favorite here.
We called Cynthia coach. You coached against her when she played. How good of a player was Cynthia? And what does she mean to the women's game?
When you say how good is she?
Becky Hammond with a three.
One of the toughest players to coach against. Cynthia Cooper brought that heart and soul, that spunk, every second that she was on the floor.
Essence Carson answering Hammond with a three of her own. The West has hit its last 6 shots from the field now. Leading scorer so far, Swin Cash with 8. Catchings has 7 to lead the way for the East. And here Becky Hammond wired for sound as the three goes for Renee Montgomery.
This is going to be a high-score ball game for sure.
Well, the last official WNBA All Star game 2009, these two squads combined for almost 250 points as 19-year-old Liz Cambage, injury replacement with Candace Parker out, rookie from Australia playing for Tulsa, gets the bucket.
Cambage is 6'8". She is the tallest current player in the WNBA.
Whalen picked up the foul. Danielle Adams, rookie from Texas A&M, won a national title for Gary Blair and company. Having a terrific season, leads all rookies in scoring. She'll come in here as Montgomery misses the free throw. Was the most outstanding player at the Final Four.
Adams had 32 points in that national championship game against Notre Dame.
And here's Adams for three. Cambage is fouled by Sylvia Fowles.
Doesn't matter.
Cambage will go to the free throw line, averaging 13 points, 5 rebounds per game on the year. Now the regular season continues on Tuesday on NBA TV with Seattle playing at Phoenix. Then ESPN2's coverage on Tuesday, August 2nd. Phoenix at Minnesota, coverage starting at 8. August 9th on ESPN2 at Seattle at New York. Minnesota 10-4, the top winning percentage in the WNBA. Best record in the West. Indiana with the best record in the East. Are you surprised by either of those numbers?
I'm really not surprised. Indiana is the most veteran team in the East. And for Minnesota with the talent, they have talent player 1 through 11. Coach Shell Reed could sub platoon style if she needs to. Her 6 reserves, 5 of them could start on any team in the WNBA.
Hammond's pass through the hands of Lindsay Whalen.
That's a little hard. My fault.
What a great story. Becky Hammond is playing in her 6th All-Star game, undrafted, 13th year now in the league. First player to be named to an All-Star team 3 times with 2 different teams, with the Liberty and now with San Antonio.
Becky Hammond's an incredible story. She was not drafted. She said that she remembers trying to turn a training camp contract into just making the team, and it ended up she has now lasted 13 years in the league.
Becky Hammond leading the WNBA in assists this year.
Sloppy, sloppy.
Well, you can do that when you've got Danielle Adams on your team. You can run a screen and roll or a screen and pop, where Danielle Adams, if the defense helps, she can step out behind that three-point line and knock it down.
Although they were playing a pickup game yesterday, and Adams was one of the captains, and she didn't pick Becky.
Oh, not giving up.
And it was a shooting contest.
I think she's just nervous.
It was a sign of a rookie. You don't understand. She's on your own team. Becky Hammond, you know how she can shoot the ball. That should have been her first draft choice. Maybe it was motivation, you know, like how Danielle Adams wasn't drafted until 20th pick in the WNBA draft. She was motivating Becky to put up good numbers in that shooting contest.
Hammond had fun with it, though.
And Dan Hughes was laughing. He was surprised, too.
One more free throw for Cam Beige. There's Dan Hughes, who is the head coach here in San Antonio. Is replacing Nancy Garsh, who had attended to a personal matter. She's normally an assistant on Brian Agler's staff, and Brian used to be an assistant for Dan Hughes. So the roles reversed here for today as Epiphany Prince, who flat out score, had 113 points in a high school game. 113 by herself. It's that one, and Hammond with a three on the other end.
Welcome back to the WNBA All Star game. Now joined by the East, Tamika Catchings. Tamika, this is your 7th All Star game, but your first here in Texas, where you went to high school. Over 40 friends and family here. Because of that, how much more meaningful is today?
It's very meaningful, you know, especially being back in Texas. I got, like you said, a lot of family, a lot of friends, and you know, everybody was like, okay, you got to come out, you got to represent. So I'm here, we're all having a good time, and you know, the crowd here is great, so it's a great atmosphere to be in.
Not only the pressure from your family and friends, but fans voted you, and you're the leading vote getter. How much more, if any, pressure do you feel because of that?
Yeah, no pressure. I think one of the things that I always try to do is just have fun when I'm on the court. And you know, I think that's what the fans appreciate about me. The passion that I play with, the joy, the smile that I always have. And even despite some of the bad calls, I still smile. But, you know, we're all having a good time. And, you know, being here, I appreciate all the support from all my fans all over. And thank you guys for voting me in.
Keep enjoying it, Tamika. Dave?
7 points, Heather, for Catching so far as Charles hits another jumper. That's a 2. Catching such a great ambassador for the game, Carolyn, and #1 vote getter for the 3rd time, also in 06 and 09.
She is the best player that has never received the MVP honor. Just like she talked about, every play there's hustle, but she does it with a smile on her face, but she gives everything that she's got every second that she's on the floor.
Taurasi with the 3. Diana Taurasi of the Phoenix Mercury. Now with 9 points to lead all scores.
No dancing in the pregame introduction. I believe Taurasi's all about business today.
And rookie Courtney Vandersloot out of Gonzaga. She was the 3rd pick in the draft, a member of the Chicago Sky, with the answer. Brunson on the drive gets the hoop. And Katie Douglas for another 3. Oh, he mentioned this is year 15 of the WNBA, going back to 1997. Tina Thompson has played in every season of the WNBA, and I'm sure you'd love to play 10 more years. But is it hard, as Tina joins us at center court, is it hard to not be playing in this game? Watch everybody else do.
A little hard, but then it's not hard. I mean, Dylan and I had a great time in Pompano Beach, Florida. So that little break, you know, during this time is definitely helpful, especially at my age. But, I mean, of course, as a competitor, you always want to play on the biggest stage, for sure.
But you have played, like Dave said, 15 years. How have you survived playing that long in the WNBA?
You know what? It took taking a lot of hard work, just kind of taking care of your body. Winning always helps, you know? I mean, when you play with good teams and great players and you're enjoying playing the game and you're having a lot of fun, I mean, it definitely keeps you a part of it.
I was watching the roundtable with you and Lisa and Cheryl Swoops, and you talked about that first day of practice with Cynthia Cooper. What kind of impression did she make on you to prepare you for the WNBA?
Instant. I mean, Cynthia is an adamant professional. She always was from day one. I mean, literally, the joke in our locker room was that she had played professional basketball longer than I had played basketball, period. So the fact that she was the first person at the gym, I mean, she had put herself on the strict diet. You know, she was winning all the sprints. I mean, at like 21, 22 years old, I was kind of like, either, you know, I'm going to, you know, match her intensity or I'm going to fold. And, you know, it was for me only like one choice. And it was literally, you know, trying to always play at the same level as her. And having that example for me was great because, I mean, it taught me how to be a professional very early. And that definitely led to our success. I mean, Cynthia was the instant leader of our team, along with Kim Parrott. She was definitely our glue, you know, and our emotional leader. But I definitely believe, I know that Cynthia set the standard for sure.
Three-point opportunity for Rebecca Brunson. Go back to year 1, compare it with year 15 now. What surprises you the most about the WNBA, about these players?
Well, you know what? I think that just players are getting, like, bigger and faster. I mean, you look at a player like Maya Moore. I mean, she reminds me so much of, say, a Tamika Catchings. But, I mean, gosh, playing against her, of course, watching her, I was like, gosh, she's so amazing. But us playing against her in that first game, I mean, from east to west, I mean, I've never played against another female basketball player that moves with such quickness and tenacity. I mean, it's just amazing, her strength and speed, you know, all in one combination. And then you look at someone like Liz, another rookie who's coming in, and she's at 6'8", and she's very athletic and very mobile and so young at the game, but I mean, her upside is tremendous. So when you see the athleticism continuing to grow and players just kind of getting bigger and better and stronger, I mean, it's amazing and it's great for our game. I mean, literally, as a, I guess, soon-to-be ambassador, I'm not putting a date on it, but whenever I leave, the WNBA is definitely in good hands. These girls are pretty good.
Well, Tina, thanks so much for your time. Good luck second half of the season with LA.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All time.